he's not the underdog. We know the dealer is going to win. So guess what? If you are in this race, the best thing that you should try to do is try to figure out how the dealer might try to cheat. Because even though they look like they'll try to lose, they'll still try to cheat just to make sure they have that unfair advantage, to make sure that they win.
This video is brought to you by Blue Guardian, the fastest growing prop firm in 2023. Folks, we're about to jump into a video with Brandon Abbas, who I've brought back on the show to talk you through a unique look at manipulation and how you can spot it so you don't get stopped out of trades. He also broke down in a second part of the video how he trails his stop loss so you don't get prematurely stopped out of trades either when you're in profit. Folks, what we've done here is quite unique because Brandon has in fact taken this trade this week. I'll show you some proof in a second from his Telegram channel, and then what we did was a follow-up to show you how this trade played out after he sent me the first recording. So let's dive into that Telegram chat and show you how he took the trade. Okay, so you can see here it's the 19th of July, and in fact this was the 18th of July in Telegram. This is his group here. So here's what he says. Gold may be preparing for a buy. Let's monitor. Look, we may need to disregard for now. Then he goes, okay, it looks like we still have something. Prepare for possible buys. Gold buys. Sellers trying to push it back down, but I think we're safe here. I think we might get stopped out, but let's see. And then let's have a look at this picture here. So this is the start of the trade here that he has taken. You can see where he's placed his stop, and he's in 1R profit already. Folks, this trade goes 15R and counting, so let's find out how it all played out. Our sponsor, Blue Guardian, is the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation.
I want to bring to you a very unique perspective on some buys I took on gold probably about, give or take, about 3 or 4 hours ago. Now, I want to draw a few things on the chart. Normally, if it is you've been following me, you know that I use a lot of confluences when it comes to placing a trade. And I believe you should use a lot of confluences because the more things you have confirming to you what you are seeing, the better it is, right? But in this case, I had all those confluences, but there's a specific way I approach this trade that I wouldn't say it's unique to the other trades, but it's a unique perspective to look at a trade. So bear with me and let's get straight into it. So I want to look, first things first, I'll just give you the general confluence that I would have used, which is gold being a bull market. Gold is a bull market. I'm not going to try to go against that. It makes sense. I'm going to be continuing to look for buys. That's just what makes sense to me, right? Now, on the 15-minute time frame, if you pay attention here, the market was actually bullish for some time and then it went into consolidation, actually hitting this zone repeatedly. All right, we have a few iterations where gold would have hit this zone specifically. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now, what I was actually looking for is gold to spike this level and then climb. Let me explain why. So this is the perspective I was talking about. I really want to kind of play with your imagination a little bit. Now, I want you to imagine that there's a race happening on this zone, a running race. The person who's in charge of manning the race, the person who's in charge of who wins or loses the race, tells all the competitors, the participants, that this is a race to the death. Now, it's a race going this way. This is a race to the death. You can do whatever you like, but only one person is going to come out of this race alive. Only one person. So if you have to cheat, you can cheat. Think about it. If there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 participants, 7 competitors, right? They'll all try to cheat. Now, I want you to think about this. The main competitor, which is the dealer, the person who we really need to worry about, which is he's not the underdog. He's not the participant that looks like they're not going to win. We know the dealer is going to win. So guess what? If you are in this race, the best thing that you should try to do is try to figure out how the dealer might try to cheat. Because even though he is not necessarily the person who is, they look like they will try to lose or they look like they will lose, they'll still try to cheat just to make sure they have that unfair advantage, to make sure that they win. We know at the end of this race is only one person coming out alive. Now, I want you to bring this back to what this looks like on the chart. If the market is buying, why would the dealer induce buyers and then come here and then actually buy? Think about it. This is the dealer cheating. This is the dealer trying to make sure that he wins that race. Because what the dealer then does is right around the time where people think that it is going to buy, buy. They think that the race is going to begin. The dealer pushes down. He ties their lacings together. He pushes them down. And then he actually runs. Because what is very important is if we think about it logically, who does the dealer want to win? Nobody but himself. He knows it's a race where only one person can win. So why would he want to give buyers a buy when he knows that it's only one person supposed to win? One person gets out of this alive. Why would he give you a buy right here? This is why trading support and resistance, at least blindly, is so dangerous. Because again, we know that the dealer is only interested in one party winning, and it is himself. So anytime you feel like a buy seems too obvious, guess what? It probably is. Now I'll tell you this. How did I get the entry? You have to take into consideration multiple confluences. So I could go into extreme detail now and I can give you probably about 13 or 14 different confluences. But what I did is when I saw this break down here, I was like, okay, good. This is where the race is actually going to start to heat up because the race hasn't begun yet. The race hasn't begun as of yet. But what is interesting is when it breaks below here, who's being induced here? Sellers, because it's a breakout. When it comes here, who's being induced here? Sellers, because they think it's a retest. When it comes back below here, who's being induced even here? Buyers. Why is the dealer showing them a buy? That is exactly the point. So if now the market can go even further below where the buy actually can occur and take out those buyers, that is when it is likely to actually push off. This is a concept that most traders tend to ignore or never bother to learn because they believe it's about just finding specific zones or finding a specific strategy. I want you to understand, at least from my perspective and my opinion, every trade you take will be different. Your job is to figure out why is the dealer doing this? What is the masses or what are the masses trying to, or what are they seeing? What is the dealer trying to get them to see? And how can I use this to build a basis? How can I use this to build out a bias and build out what might be a good trade for me to take? Because every trade is different. In this case, this is what I thought. I call this live, right? And thankfully, I'm still in the trade. I went to the gym, I just got back, and I decided to do this video now. At the time of this recording, I am still in this trade. The trade is floating at just over 1 to 4. I could close here if I would like to. My stop loss is at break even. I feel like at the very least, it is going to target this high, which would be a 1 to 8, give or take. And it could keep going because if we think about it logically, when we go back to the higher time frame, the market is a bull market. So buys would make much more sense in this case, in my opinion. So I hope that this provides some unique point of view or a unique perspective on why I would have taken this trade and why I would have won, why you might have lost if you are listening to this and you've been buying gold or even selling gold. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the TradingNut YouTube channel. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Right, so that was the first part of the trade. Now, I've monitored gold and I was going to give you an update and I thought, hang on a sec, it's one day later. Let's see if Brandon can do an update for us. In fact, what he's done is gone a step further and shown you actually how he manages his stop loss in these kind of trades so he doesn't get stopped out. So let's dive in and see how things played out. Folks, I'm here in the Black Bull Markets trading floor and I'm surrounded by their customer support agents who are ready to take your calls, emails, or live chat 24/7. Now, if you're a newbie or experienced trader, you know your trading's in good hands.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today is Tuesday, the 18th of July, 2023, one day after taking the trade on gold. As of right now, I'm still in the trade. My stop loss is at 1957.31. Now, let me explain something very briefly. So first things first, let's look at the original target of the trade. The original target of the trade would have been at this level here, which would have been of the recent high. So at the very least, we would have targeted that, which would have been 1 to 8, which was achieved last night. I held the trade overnight. I'm still holding the trade now. This target would have been achieved overnight. Now, the trade proceeded to go 10 hours after the 1 to 8. The trade is now floating at 1 to 18. Well, it ultimately got to 1 to 18. It's currently floating at 1 to 15 with my stop loss and profit at 1 to 5, give or take. Now, let me explain why I am doing it this way, why I am functioning this way. I want to get you to understand the way that I trail my stop loss. So what a lot of people would do, they feel the need to either actively trail the stop loss so deep in profit. A lot of people would probably have, by this point, their stop losses right up underneath here. And then when the move does this, they get taken out and then it keeps going and then they're like, oh crap, I'm really sad now. Why did I do that? My problem is I don't know what the market is going to do. I know that I am going to function based on what the market does. So I am not trying to predict what it's going to do. Rather, I am reacting to what it does. Now, looking at that, if we pay attention to the market right here, the market went up. It broke this recent high, which would have prompted me to move my stop loss up even further into profit. But when it got to this high, it did not keep going. It actually dropped a little bit and is now kind of just, consolidating in that area. What is interesting about this is I cannot move my stop loss up even further just yet because the market itself is not necessarily moving. I have a philosophy that you follow what the market is doing. So if the market is running away from your entry in terms of profit, you should trail your stop loss at the same pace the market is running at. If the market is coming back towards you in terms of profit coming back towards your entry, meaning you're losing some profit, you leave your stop loss right there. You don't move it back against where it has gone. So in a case like this, if the market was coming back down, you don't take your stop loss and move it back down. You leave your stop loss where it was. Because again, the idea is to secure what you already can secure. And if the market isn't moving, you just don't interfere with it at all. When will I move my stop loss again? It's simple. When price breaks this high and retests it. So what I actually want to see is price get back up here, break this high, retest, fail the retest. Meaning, remember, when price retests a level, it can either pass or it can fail. What I want to see is it push off from this level again. Once it can do that, it suggests to me that it is still very much moving and it is now safe to move my stop loss up to the next low, which would be this. If it can do that and push off, my stop loss now automatically jumps from here to here, securing just about, that would be give or take about 1 to 13. The simple way to approach this, in my opinion, is to literally react to what the market is doing. And that's all I do. I am not trying to predict. I mean, yes, you can predict as much as you want, but I'm not trying to predict what the market will do. All I am concerned with is doing what I think the market is likely to do based on my analysis, based on what I would have predicted. I am doing what I am supposed to do, which is take the trade in accordance with my rules. If you would have watched the first part of this video, where I break down the debt race between the masses and the dealer, you would understand in general terms why I would have taken the trade. I hope that made some sense to you. It's a slightly different perspective on why I would take trades in a certain way. Obviously, if you like that, you like the way that I broke it down, you like the perspective, you can feel free to reach out to me directly at Ikata Trading. Definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, same handle at Ikata Trading. Also subscribe to the TRADINGNUT YouTube channel. Like the video if you want to see more. I will be definitely posting more videos like this, breakdowns like this on the TRADINGNUT YouTube channel once Cam allows me. Other than that, guys, hope to see you very, very soon. Peace out.
Tired of missing trades or spending hours at the charts? Introducing my Robot Builders Club. With our platform, you can build bots in minutes, not weeks, without any coding required. Get lifetime access to my video course, VIP community, and over 40 ready-made robots. Works with MT4 or MT5, and as a bonus, you'll get 3 months access to my robot lab, where we build and test bots on live calls every week. Join the hundreds of traders who are trading smarter, not harder. Click the link in the description to learn more, get the free training, and download a free robot.